Okay, Coach, we are in the so-called rock and roll capital of the world, Cleveland, Ohio, at First Energy Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. The toss out to Barkley. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 29-yard line.
First down, New York.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Number 53, Mike 53.
Barkley, toss play left. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Ready? Move in. Mike 58, right there. Tommy. You never win. Let's go.
3rd and long for Winston. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Check 50, check 50.
Mayfield to throw it. Buying time to his left. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a first down.
Big time drive. Let's go, boys. Let's go. Pistol. Done.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. He finds Beckham complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. It makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
At the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Let's go. No. Off. What's that?
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. His throw caught at about the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. The extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Winston. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on third down. Jameis to throw it. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together. But I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
Tighten down, tighten down.
Alert, 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 alert.
Check 20.
80 weapons. Regular, regular, regular. What?
From the gun, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator, Antonio Callaway. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. Two nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Let's go. Pick it up, D. Save.
Real. Kings.
Hey, check, Mike 21.
My touch.
Now Mayfield. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Staying situation. Let's go.
Play fake. Mayfield. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down.
Roger. I'm trying to collect.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Didn't have anything downfield, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Joseph now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Ready.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the run, it's Barkley. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
On play action, Winston. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Now, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Mayfield now. Only 1 pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now this is Callaway on the receiving end. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
180. Hey, alert.
Big stop, let's go.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Being chased out left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And that's complete to the tight end Hireman. To give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Throwing, Mayfield, and this will be incomplete. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
On 2nd and goal, Mayfield, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 21-0.
Giants, nothing. Greg Joseph to kick off for Cleveland.
Joseph now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. It's Barkley on the counter. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit. And on 3rd down, the Browns going to go with a nickel set.
Here we go, D, get off the field.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing, Winston. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there. And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Landry now on the return. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it? It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
52's the mic.
Real. Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Any jack. Joker.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Antonio Callaway, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Barkley. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Giants on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Working out of the gun. Winston. And Ingram hauls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Mayfield. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Demetrius Harris, 81 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or two today. And I was like, oh, a zinger or two? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now it's Barkley. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Got it.
53's mine. Check. 53's mine. They can't hang with us.
5.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Now Landry. Oh, he sheds himself free. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough.
Good. 180.
Mike 52. Watch the backer. Watch the backer.
Done.
They run it again with Chubb. And this Giants defense getting off the ball quickly. They stop him behind the line again. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A toss play to Chubb. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. They come out here in the eye.
Double dog, that's the way.
They'll run with Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead will swell by one more.
42, Giants nothing. Greg Joseph set to kick off.
Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Barkley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
On first down, Barkley. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now. Ready?
Throwing Jones to Shepard, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And we're back now here in Cleveland. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now Jones. Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
The Browns' drive about to get started. With this lead and the football, things obviously looking good, but maybe, you've taught me this before, maybe this is where the defense is hoping that the offense helps them preserve that shutout that they've got going.
And it has to be in the minds of the offense that they know how rare it is to get a shutout. So take care of them, protect them, take care of the ball, move it downfield, run the clock down. You don't want your defense to have to go on the field again the rest of the game. Reward them.
They run again on first down, Chubb. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
Set. 180.
21, check Mike 21. Get your swerve on. Check 31, check 31. Check 26, check 26. Check nickel, nickel, nickel.
Pistol.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down. 4th down, and on is Greg Joseph for the Browns field goal. From the right hash, just a 34-yard attempt. The kick by Joseph is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Joseph now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they get the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
We ain't giving up nothing.
to death.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Now Jones to throw on third down. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that... team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
A big play that time out of Chubb. 49 yards.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And they will take a knee here.
Mayfield on the keeper. It's a loss of 1. Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total.
Mayfield on the keeper. The play lost a yard. It's now 3rd and goal.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Mayfield on the keeper. A loss of a yard. Brings up 4th and goal.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Joseph is good. Now they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The Giants on third down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert